In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is about to go insane and why y'all should keep it in your watch list. We're also going to be looking at the overall market to get you guys prepared, as always. Y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. This video is a little bit late, I know. All right, it's currently like 11 p.m. Central Time, so but let's do this thing. We got the Nasdaq futures, and so far we have a bullish rectangle on the chart. I told you guys yesterday on Sunday that we're going to go higher. First and foremost, we took out 20,400 bucks. All right, worst case scenario from this point forward is a retest of that 20,157. Worst case scenario. Okay, best case scenario, we open up at the same price and immediately out the gates we start going again in the first like 2 hours of market hours. All right, and I do think that we're going to get all the way up to 21,000 exactly. I think that's going to happen, and it could happen this week. I'm not bearish on the markets. I wasn't bearish 2 weeks ago, I wasn't bearish last week, and I'm not bearish today. So if you have calls, y'all should have gotten paid a lot today, especially for those of y'all who watched yesterday's video. Okay, and tomorrow the market might stall a little bit, but again, the momentum is bullish. Now let's look at the stock that is about to go insane tomorrow. That stock is it's more like a sector. That sector is SMH, the semiconductor sector. Now in the morning, to justify this gap up with the semis, they put out news that look like there were going to be some narrowing of which sector will be subjected to tariffs and all that, or which will be spared from tariffs. And it's something good about the semis. All right, something good about the semis being excluded from tariffs. And they liked it, and they pushed. And that line of resistance right at 230, which stretches from way out here, got breached today, and we closed like right on the line. It's looking a little sus, I know, but the market is reversing. Therefore, we have to keep this one on our radar for a continuation long. Now, I told you guys, I think last week I made a video about this one to watch and see if and when it breaks 230. Today is the first day that it did. All right, I told y'all it could get to 240, and this is the video update to tell you guys that yeah, 240 might come sooner rather than later. The structure is on there. It definitely is. What we don't want to see is we the stock play games on the line. We want to see it a little bit higher. Just creep. We want to see it creep up to 234, maybe 235, and then maybe Wednesday we can continue even higher. All right, but this is definitely one that you want to keep on your radar. Now let's do an update on, let's go into the Discord. So yesterday I gave you guys Palantir. So for those of y'all who took a day trade on Palantir, or a swing trade for those who are in the Discord, y'all should have gotten paid. The contracts on Palantir almost doubled. They went up by like 1.70. They went up by 170% from here all the way up to here. And it did give everybody else, you guys, the viewers, an opportunity to take a day trade on there after forming this structure in the morning and breaking out right here. It didn't get to 100. I was wrong about that. All right. But that means that it's taking a sweet time, and eventually it's going to get to 100. Maybe even tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, who knows? All right, but there was the opportunity for everybody to get paid on this one. And the other stock that I really put a giant emphasis on it, and I told you guys that I had calls on there, was Tesla. All right, after I got back into Tesla right here, this is the 21st. Y'all can see that, right? Yeah, 21st. After I got in right here, price target 280. Told everybody in the Discord, I really should have done better. I sold half at like 840 when it got to 264, and then I ended up getting rid of all of it completely at 909 after it touched 270. I thought the reason why I got out of it, number one, I was up a lot and I was happy about it. Number two, I thought 270 was going to be the high of the day, so I kind of gambled on that. I should have just looked at the bigger time frame and just kind of just chilled. So I should have done a lot better with Tesla. All right, and let's look at it right now. Let's see how it's looking. Tesla is up right now to 283, as I thought. All right, the analysis was correct. I should have just trusted the whole thing and held everything all the way up to the top. But my job is to capture most of the move. All right, so if you doubled your money, you tripled your money, quadrupled your money, congratulations. Tomorrow, I think it might stall because this move is up a lot and other sectors need to kind of catch up. All right, that's kind of how the market works. First is Tesla. Next, it might be like your Apple or your Amazon or your NVDA, all right? And then next, it might be something else, right? That's kind of how, usually with these rallies, that's kind of how the market behaves. Tesla was ahead of the curve. And I think at these highs, you may want to be cautious if you're still holding calls. Like it's up a little bit and you can still like take some money off the table in the morning, all right? And wait for a new structure, because everybody who bought down here and were extra greedy will be looking to take their money up here. Therefore, a pullback down to like maybe 266 wouldn't surprise me at all. All right, so again, that's my thoughts on Tesla. The next one that we're going to look at today, let's take a look at Amazon, because it's been a while. Yeah, and Amazon got a structure on there. Whether it's gonna play out or not is questionable. Like the structure is there, it broke out nicely. The volume sus, because I say sus because it's kind of the volume is small. All right, so it's not very easy to trust. So they could do a whole lot of nothing and then finish off the move on Wednesday, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting with this one. Looking at it on a daily, it broke above a key level of resistance. There's a gap right there. It almost looked like an island gap reversal, but it's kind of crooked, right? With the island being the combination of all of these 4 candles, right? We have the gap, the island, and then the reversal gap. Short sellers are trapped right here, right? So even if tomorrow we get like a doji like this, short sellers will still panic, especially if the price doesn't get down here where they can break even. And then the next day we're going to squeeze higher. That's kind of how this specific candlestick pattern works. Okay, so that's for Tesla. That's for Amazon. I do think it can push higher. I just don't know how fast. That's the key. That's the question. How fast is it going to run? Which one is going to pay the most? Now, the next one that we gotta look at AMD. And AMD, again, for all of the trolls out there who were telling me I was wrong, I wasn't wrong. And for those of you who held, like, the contracts went up by 10x. The contracts that expired on Friday. All right, we took Tesla. Again, y'all know how I trade. I like to trade one at a time to keep it simple for not just me, but for everybody in the Discord. All right, but I did give this one in the Discord too. Price target of 114. Some people took it. You guys took it. Again, some people chose Palantir. Some people chose Tesla. But everybody should have gotten paid. Up here, you want to be cautious because it could do a whole lot of nothing. And then Theta could eat up the contracts before we continue higher on Wednesday. All right. Or we could be pleasantly surprised and it could continue to push higher, because when I look at the daily chart, we're still near the very bottom. And also we're going to look at this gap right there There's a gap on the left right here at 122. That could get taken care of tomorrow, which will be a pleasant surprise to everybody who have decided to be extra greedy and swing calls on AMD. So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly supposed to be at 8 p.m. Central Time. I was busy. All right, and I just got home too, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stock through Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we treat patterns and patterns only. I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.